Interval session is just done, and it's the last interval session before the second part of the season starts this weekend with Ringerike Grand Prix. Therefore, I want to show you guys one of the most important things when loading up to the races, and that is of course recovery. And I want to take you through 5 common mistakes that many cyclists do that impairs their recovery and that you shouldn't be doing. So I'm done with my 6 by 10 minutes intervals, and now we are here in the local shop down in the bottom of the Vindfjell climb, and that takes us to the first mistake. So I'm sitting here with my good friends enjoying some carbs. Here is Casper, just arrived home from China. Check out his YouTube channel.
Ni hao, ni hao ma. Check out my YouTube channel. You should now be my 10,000 subscribers if you're really fast.
We are actually the YouTube gang here together. Now, right after the intervals are done, it's very important to quickly fill up with carbs in order to replenish the glycogen stores. That's why the boys are drinking soda. It says right there, with carbs. Ultra processed carbs. And as we all know, recovery starts on the bike, so make sure to get in around how many grams an hour, Cedric? 100 to 120?
If you are really strong, you can go 150.
150 grams.
In China, we do 20 grams in 1 hour.
That's not how to do it. As I have mentioned earlier in my earlier YouTube videos, you can put sugar on your bottles to get a lot of cheap carbs during your rides. It's scientifically proven that eating enough carbs during a ride significantly betters your recovery. Now that I'm done with my training, just as important as fueling during the workout is to fuel straight after it. And I usually just take something quick before showering if I'm not cold and wet. Sometimes it could be just some slices of bread, or in this case some cereal. What they have in common is that they are full of carbs which are taken quickly up in the body, further helping with the replenishment of glycogen storage. When we're racing, our soigneurs usually stand right behind the finish line with a can of soda for us, and there's usually a bag of Haribo available as well. These types of quick carbs are effective for replenishing the glycogen stores quickly. However, I would not suggest you eating candy after every training ride. Most days, slower carbs like bread, pasta and rice are sufficient for recovering your body for the next session. However, if you have 2 sessions a day, you would maybe consider going for some more high sugar straight after the first session. So if I haven't been clear enough already, carbs are essential if you want to perform at your highest level on the bike. Protein is essential for rebuilding muscles after exercise. It therefore plays a vital role in recovery. Most days I aim for around 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which can sound like a lot. However, considering how much most cyclists eat to fuel their big training volume, it should not be a big problem to get in enough protein. Science has also shown that the timing of protein intake is not as important as with carbs, as the likes of Dylan Johnson have showed here on YouTube earlier. After training, I like to make myself some eggs for lunch, and I also make sure to get in a lot of protein like meat for dinner. Throughout the day, I also consume a lot of dairy products, which also supplies me with a lot of protein. My coach once told me, if you can sit, you sit, and if you can lay down, you lay down. What I really think he meant about this is that the lesser you have to do outside the training, the better your body can recover as well. And of course, not everybody has the opportunity to do cycling full time, But when you are doing your daily chores, keep in mind that you should make them as easy on your body as possible if performance on the bike is a goal. It's getting dark outside, and that leads me on to the last mistake on my list, which is all about sleep. I usually get around 9 hours of sleep a night, but I know this is something that varies greatly between individuals. However, I have yet to meet an athlete that works well with less than 7 hours of sleep. Sleep is usually when your body is in its most relaxed state and therefore also has the biggest recovery capacity. And if we take a look at this meta-analysis from 2019, which discussed the importance of sleep for athletes, we can see that the conclusion is that sleep serves an absolutely vital physiological function and is arguably the single most important factor in exercise recovery. So therefore, if you are a full-time athlete that does not absolutely have to get up at a certain time in the morning, I would suggest you turn your alarm clock off in order to let your body get all the rest it needs. In that way, you will reduce your risk of sleep deprivation, which in turn betters recovery, according to science. So that's it for yet another video. Avoiding these mistakes actually helped me gain my first UCI podium of the season at Ringerike Grand Prix. I'm curious to hear your guys' best advice on recovery as well, so please leave your tips down in the comments and I see you guys in the next video. Ciao!